Hey my beautiful Aries peeps, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Am for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-November 2021 tarot reading. I hope you guys are well, and if so, let me know down in the comments down below. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome, and if not, it's not your message. And if you guys want to check out my official social medias, you're more than welcome to. All that information is going to be linked down in the description below. So Aries, let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to start off today's video with your current energies, and then we'll get on into the rest of the read. So what do we got coming in here for Team Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their mid-November 2021. What current energies are jumping in here for Team Aries? Messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their mid-November 2021. Let's go ahead and have a look, all right? We got here the Star card, we also got here the Sun card, and we got here the Ace of Cups. So, the Star, the Sun, and the Ace of Cups definitely looks to me like things are aligning for you. I definitely feel like an abundance of fulfillment, because that's what the Ace of Cups is screaming in my head right now, an abundance of fulfillment. Your cup is being filled. Now, it could possibly mean that some new love is coming in here for you, because just a generalized statement of the Ace of Cups could be like, yeah, new love is coming in, but I don't know. I feel like this Ace of Cups here is kind of screaming like, you're going to have a very abundant month. Your cup is going to be filled, okay? And as always, we always say we fill our cups first so that we can fill the cups of others. So this is about claiming your abundance first, putting yourself into perspective and making yourself a priority in mid-November. And I think that it really causes a lot of happiness to enter your life, because you're finally aligning to the things that are fulfilling you. So that's really, really awesome. Let's go ahead and clarify the Star card. What is Aries aligning with here? I want to take a look at that. What is it that Aries is aligning with here throughout mid-November 2021? And what do we got? We got here the World card. Nice. So you're jumping into a brand new cycle, guys. Definitely seems to me like your world is changing up a bit. Tell me about this brand new cycle that Aries is investing into. We got here the Nine of Wands, and we got here the King of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is about no longer limiting yourself, because the King of Swords can be a card that talks about having your boundaries way too high. It could be a card that talks about keeping yourself closed off. So with the King of, not the King of Wands, but the King of Swords coming in reverse here, especially paired with the Nine of Wands, I feel like this is about you guys releasing, holding yourself back. So Aries, you guys are done holding yourselves back from whatever it is you wanted to achieve in the first place. For example, maybe you were holding yourself back from getting that dream job you've always wanted because you didn't believe you could do it. And coming into mid-November, you're saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go after that dream that I've always wanted. I'm gonna believe in myself instead. Another example here could be about saying, I've held myself back for so long in regards to doing some sort of personal transformation. Well, guess what? This month I'm gonna make time for it and make that personal transformation happen. So essentially, I feel like you're done holding yourself back here in whatever it is you've wanted to achieve. Let's talk about that Ace of Cups real quick. Why do we got the Ace of Cups showing up here for Aries? And we got here the Ten of Swords. You had an amazing amount of fulfillment come in for you the moment that something in your life needed to end. Ten of Swords. So I feel like you needed to end something, Aries, in order to be reborn, okay? There was a death and rebirth process here, I feel, for you. So something in your life had to come to an ending in order for you to get into this new energy that's really taking you forward in mid-November. Tell me about what needed to end. What is it that needed to end here for Aries in order for them to start thriving? And what do we got? We got here the Six of Wands, and we got here the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think it was like you needed to let something go. You were holding on to something for quite some time, Aries. It seems to me like whatever it is you were holding on to is essentially what was holding you back. It could have been a person. It could have been your past. Give me a little more information onto what Aries was holding on to. We have here the Five of Swords, and we have here the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you were holding on to a lot of things that made you feel jaded, okay? So I feel like what was preventing you this whole time from getting your fulfillment and really getting into alignment with what you wanted out of your life was the fact that you were very jaded. And I feel like because you were jaded, you held on to that identity for so long. You were like, I'm a jaded person, therefore, how could I be successful? I'm a jaded person, therefore, how could I walk into the hands of victory, you know? It's that energy of I'm wounded, and I don't consider myself a warrior because I feel like I'm always going to be wounded. So I feel like something definitely made you very jaded jaded, and considering that you took upon that identity for so long, it's really prevented you from getting the success you've wanted. And I want to talk about something real quick that I think is important to bring up. Let's talk about identity for a second. What you identify yourself as and what you identify yourself with is basically what creates your reality when you think about it. Because if you identify yourself as a person who is unhappy, you are going to be an unhappy person. If you identify yourself as a positive individual who is very successful, you're going to be a positive individual who's very successful. So the way you identify yourself, the way you categorize yourself and put yourself in a little type of box usually tends to be the reality that you're currently manifesting. So I feel like your identity for so long, Aries, was that you were a jaded person. And considering that you were so hurt and jaded, it's very difficult for you to be happy. I feel like your identity was, it's very difficult for me to be a happy person. It's very difficult for me to be a positive person. It's very difficult for me to succeed because I'm always getting screwed over or I'm always getting hurt. So it feels to me like because you took upon the identity of being such a jaded person, jadedness kind of followed you everywhere. It's basically what it is you were attracting because you attract your identity, you know? So that could be utilized in such a powerful way too. That's something important to talk about as well, because if you start identifying yourself as a high vibrational being, a being that calls nothing but good fortune your way, a being that always is in the right place at the right time, if you start identifying yourself with positive and wonderful things, that is the type of energy that you're going to be manifesting and attracting back into your life versus if you have a negative identity. So I think it's important to talk about that as well, Aries, all right? So yeah. I think that because you were in a jaded identity for so long, that's why it was so difficult for you guys to really thrive and succeed, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at what you're dealing with in mid-November here. What is Aries going to be dealing with here in mid-November? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout their mid-November 2021. We got here the King of Cups, we got here the High Priestess, we have here the Queen of Wands, and we have here the Three of Swords. Biggest thing I want to point out is the Queen of Wands to the Three of Swords, because I feel like this right here is saying, I'm done being jaded. Instead, I'm going to embrace all the pain I went through because it molded me and shaped me into the strong person that I am today. So I feel like that Three of Swords and that Queen of Wands was a moment of realization that I cannot keep saying I'm a jaded person because all the things I've experienced that left me wounded, I will heal through them. All those wounds I've experienced will make me stronger. It's like that realization of, you know, just because I've been jaded doesn't mean that I need to be jaded for the rest of my life. Instead, I could utilize and harness that energy to become a stronger person. And with the King of Cups here to the High Priestess, I feel like on an intuitive level, you were also being called here as well to allow yourself to heal. The thing is that people who remain with an identity of being jaded often push away their healing. And I think you were recognizing, like, if I want to let go of being that jaded person, I need to let myself heal. Because the more I push my healing away, the more I'm going to stay jaded, right? So if I want to do things differently this time, I have to end that identity of being the jaded person, and I have to embrace healing, and I have to take a look at my battle scars and claim victory, saying, you know what, my battle scars made me stronger, right? So it's about taking on a new perspective. That's what you're dealing with here in the mid-month. It's about making your pain into strength. And it's about taking a look at your pain and realizing that not only did you overcome it, you became a stronger person for what it is you endured, and you can utilize that pain and turn that pain into fuel for success. I like it, Aries. I like it a lot. Let's take a look and see where things are going, all right? Where are things going to be going for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout their mid-November 2021. Where are things going to be going for Aries here? And what do we got? We got here the Emperor, which is you. Very good. The Emperor card is about feeling in control again. It's also about doing what it is you want to do, taking your movements here. All right, it's about taking action. We got here the Eight of Pentacles. We got here the Seven of Pentacles. And we got here the Temperance. Nice. So, Aries, based upon where things are going, the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. Well, the Emperor card, like I said, it's about taking direction. It's about making sure that you're doing what you need to do for yourself, and you're doing it in a confident manner, all right? Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you are being mindful of where you're investing your energy moving forward, aka you're being more conscious about how you speak of yourself, how you identify yourself, how you present yourself to the world. You're being more conscious of your energy and what it is you're putting out there, essentially, right? Because remember, when you were putting out the energy of being the identity of jaded, when you were being a jaded person, all you were attracting back were experiences to make you more jaded. You're now becoming conscious to no longer do that. So you're basically recognizing, if I'm doing something that is making me appear jaded or identify with being jaded, I'm automatically correcting that and switching that energy into something positive. So I feel like what's going to be going on for you guys throughout the rest of your mid-November is that you're going to be pulling in a lot more positive reinforcement into your life. So for example, if you start thinking negatively of yourself, you're going to catch yourself doing that and then replace that negative thought with a positive one. So that's positive reinforcement, which is such a powerful technique. It's actually something that helped me a lot throughout my days of being incredibly depressed for quite a long time. The way that I really broke out of my depression was positive reinforcement. Every time I would think of anything negative towards myself or anything negative in general, I would catch myself and replace that negative thought with one that was positive. So I definitely see you guys adding in positive reinforcement here in the second half of the month. You know, anything that makes you feel like you're slipping back into that jaded person, that jaded identity, you're going to be conscious of it and then you're going to change it. You're like, I'm not going to be that jaded person anymore. So anytime I catch myself doing something that makes me look like I'm still a part of that jaded identity, I'm going to switch it around because my identity is no longer going to be that jaded person. I'm that strong individual. I'm that bad bitch. I'm that amazing person who's successful, who's happy, and who's living their best life. So I like that a lot for you. It's about catching yourself when you see that you're getting engaged with your old identity. So it's also about breaking the habit of self-deception as well. Because when you were in that jaded place, whether or not you were aware of it, you were deceiving yourself. You know, you were engaged in self-deception because you were attracting negative energies against you, and whether or not you were aware of it, that's what it was. And you want to break away from any sort of self-deception. So any kind of negativity that you're noticing that you're doing, whether it's negativity upon yourself or negativity that you're putting into the world, you're going to cut that out and you're going to reinforce it with more positivity. All right? So we got here the Seven of Pentacles and we got here the Temperance. Yeah, Aries, based upon where things are going, in mid-November, you're only investing yourself into energies that are healing, energies that are positive, things that are good, cool, calm, and collected. You don't want to invest your energy into anything that's tattered, anything that's negative, anything that is not going to help your soul be in its highest alignment of vibration. So, with all that being said, guys, you're being very, very careful of what it is you're creating. You are a conscious creator in mid-November. Let's take a look here and see if there are any dire or important messages that my Aries need to hear before we close out today's reading. Are there any kind of dire or important messages that Aries need to hear from their guides before we close out today's reading? We got here the Ten of Cups, we got here the Knight of Pentacles, and we got here the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, once again, that is a card that can be identified with self-deception. So I feel like what the universe is saying here for you guys, or what your guides are saying, is like, listen, this is not an overnight process. It's a process that you need to be committed to, Aries. You are going to find bumps and slip-ups across the way. Don't put yourself down for that. For example, Aries, while you're going through this transformation of running away, and not running away because that's not the word I want to use, while you're going through this transformation of basically ending the identity of being a jaded person, you may have slip-ups from time to time where you catch yourself identifying with jadedness, where you catch yourself identifying or talking down on yourself or saying negative things. There are going to be moments where you catch yourself in low vibration. Don't let that put you down, okay? Do not let the jadedness basically manipulate you to put yourself down. You're going to come across bumps in the road. Instead, just realize that it's not an overnight process. It's something that you have to consistently stick to. For example, when I was on my journey of breaking out of my depression and becoming a positive person, I had to go through a lot of positive reinforcement. And there were many moments where I would still catch myself almost on a daily basis putting myself down, saying negative things about myself, having negative perceptions of the world. It happened on a daily basis, and I had to keep constantly, day in and day out, catching myself when I was doing something harmful and replace it with a positive thought and replace it with positive energy. So it's going to be a process that you need to commit to. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to be a process that's going to go on for a very long time, even on a daily basis today. I mean, everybody every day has a negative thought, and that's why positive reinforcement is something that sticks with you to life. It's just about being very conscious of what type of energy you're putting into the world, you know? And then if you notice that you're putting bad energy into the world, switch it around. around and start throwing some positive shit in there, okay? So it's not an overnight process. Every day you'll get a lot better at it. Every day you'll enforce and reinforce a lot of positivity into your life, but we can't escape negativity forever, because keep in mind, we live in a world of duality. There will always be the negative, but every time we catch that negative peeking in, we get to replace it with positivity. All right, so just don't put yourself down is essentially the message if you notice that you're slipping back into that jaded identity, because it takes a while to truly transform and break yourself away from that. All right, but Aries, overall, you will end the identity of being the jaded person, and you will become whatever identity you choose to be. All right, you are the author to your own story. Remember that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outcome here for mid-November. All right. Oh, hello. We got here a Six of Cups. Give me 1 second, Aries. We got here a Six of Cups. We got here the Death card, and we got here the Fool card. Okay. Well, I was going to keep shuffling until we pulled, but I guess this actually makes a lot of sense. So taking a look at the outcome that's present for you, Aries, Six of Cups, Death card, Fool card. Aries, the old identity that you had, I think this is just extra clarification. It's gonna go away. You're not gonna be the jaded person anymore. Remember that, all right? You will be able to end the old identity of who you used to be. The Death card is the card of transformation. It's also the card of ending. So with every ending, there's always a new beginning, and that new beginning is coming out in the Fool card here, okay? You are gonna become a new and improved version of yourself. Your life is going to get a lot better now that you're stepping into the path of fulfillment. You're stepping into the path of aligning yourself to good things, because you're putting good energy out into the world. And also remember that you yourself are a part of the universe. So if you are treating yourself badly, that is reflecting bad energy upon you. So treat yourself with kindness every day, with love and compassion every day, because the more you treat yourself lovely and wonderful, the more the world gives you back that same respect. So guys, I see a massive transformation happening here. Really, really like this energy for you guys in the mid-November mark. It's looking pretty awesome. Like I said, there may be a couple bumps across the, a couple bumps in the road. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that knock you down. You will be walking away from the identity of being a jaded person, as you're now stepping into being a strong warrior who's no longer wounded, because you're going to be healing through your wounds. And I definitely feel like this is going to be a great month of aligning to what truly fulfills you, because no longer are you holding yourself back by being the jaded person, So Aries, I like it, man. I like it a lot. Aries, thank you guys so much for watching, man. If this message resonates, please let me know down in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in here. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. If this was not the message for you, no worries. There will be tons more in the future. You also can check out any other amazing tarot readers here on the YouTube platform. But with all that being said, Aries, take care, guys. Enjoy mid-November, and I will catch you all in your next video. Much love, Aries, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.